Greetings everybody. How are y'all doing today? I'm doing this video on astrology because it is a very accurate science when trying to locate planets. Because there sure is a lot of confusion going on out there about what planets are where. If you learn the basics of astrology, you can find out where the planets are exactly to the degree. I want to start this off by saying that we have a couple channels out there that are not knowing what planets are by the sun, and they're just guessing. So if you're tired of guessing, my suggestion is to learn some astrology, because this is the most accurate way to place planets. First of all, let me start off by telling you that Jupiter and Saturn are nowhere near the sun. So if you're watching, those Nibiru channels, and they're constantly saying, I don't know, and they're saying Saturn and Jupiter are by the sun, they are nowhere near the sun, okay? The sun is in Pisces. See? Pisces. 29-degree Pisces. Now, you want to know what other planets, or what planets are by the sun? Well, let's scroll down. Oh, here's Pisces. Neptune. Neptune is 12 degrees Pisces. Now, we got one more minor planet that nobody ever talks about. Chiron. Chiron's at 24 degrees Pisces as well. So we have Chiron, Neptune, and by the sun. And let me switch to a chart. Let me switch to a chart so you can get a better visual. Chart of the moment. Okay. Alright, so I pulled up the chart of the moment, and I'm going to go through this real quick. Here's the sun at 29 degrees Pisces. Here's Neptune, 12 degrees Pisces. Here's the minor planet nobody ever talks about. It's called Chiron, 24 degrees Pisces. Now down here, you have Venus and Mercury in Aries, and Uranus, and Mars down here in Taurus. And as you can see, Saturn and Jupiter are absolutely nowhere near the sun. You want to know where they are? They're way over here. See? There's the moon. There's Saturn. Okay? Saturn's by the moon. Saturn is a very slow-moving planet, and they're in the same constellation. But down here, here's Jupiter. Jupiter's in Libra right now. Alright? It's in Libra, and Jupiter is also another slow-moving planet. Sorry. Okay? And as you can see, Jupiter is actually almost opposing the sun. So, Jupiter and Saturn are nowhere near the sun. So when you watch these videos, people saying, oh, that must be Jupiter or Saturn if they're by the sun, I'm going to tell you they're full of shit. They just don't do their research. Alright? You can clearly see this is an accurate science. I would highly recommend Astrodienst as one of the top astrology sites. But you can clearly see that it's easier to locate planets this way, and to know what's by the sun and what's not. And again, Saturn and Jupiter are nowhere near the sun. And I repeat, if you watch a video and they tell you, and someone's telling you in their videos that Saturn or Jupiter are by the sun, you will know right now they either don't know what they're talking about or they're lying on purpose. Alright, now I'm going to pull up the scope. Actually, I want to go back over a couple points. Alright, excuse me. So, this is Neptune, Chiron. We're going to talk about Chiron too, because Chiron has a very erratic, unstable orbit. Okay, so we have Neptune, Chiron, Venus, Mercury, Uranus, and Mars, all over here in these constellations. Alright, so these are basically, right here, these are the planets around the Sun right now. Neptune, Chiron, Mars, and Mercury. Your 4 planets by the Sun. And Chiron does not show up on any solar system scopes. Okay, so here is the solar system scope. Again, lines up with this perfectly. Okay. You have Neptune, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, Uranus, and Mars, although these are not in the same constellation. But these are the planets, plus, again, Chiron is there. And I believe Chiron's creating a little bit of trouble right now. So, again, as you can see, Saturn is by the Moon. It is not by the Sun. And as you can see, Jupiter's way over here on the opposite side of the Sun. Okay? So, let's put that to rest, that Saturn and Jupiter are nowhere near the Sun right now. Thanks. Okay, next. Okay, I googled Chiron orbit. Chiron is classified as a centaur, the first of a class of objects orbiting between the outer planets. Chiron is a Saturn-Uranus object because its perihelion lies in Saturn's zone of control, and its aphelion lies in that of Uranus. Okay, so here is Chiron's orbit. Alright? The motion of 2060 Chiron in a rotating frame with a period equal to Saturn's orbital period. Saturn is held stationary. It shows the chaotic, unstable motion of Chiron, as you can see. It's very unstable, as simulated by this gravity simulator. It is possible that Chiron will evolve into a 2.1 near resonance with Saturn over the next 10,000 years. Now in this, Saturn is the white stationary dot at 10 o'clock. That would be that. And Jupiter is blue. And obviously this red motion is Chiron's erratic orbit in our solar system, which, as you can see, can easily create a lot of havoc, a lot of chaos up in our skies. And to end this video, here's something by Dark Star Astrology on Chiron. And this actually was today, March 8th. Oh, no, yesterday. Oh, last year. I'm sorry. But anyways, whatever. Okay. Ooh, I hate these pop-ups. Okay. Chiron. Am I missing something? No. Okay. Chiron was discovered November 1st, 1977. The year of Star Wars, the Sex Pistols, Apple Computers Incorporated, and the year Elvis died. 1977 is one of those years that sticks in my mind as being on the threshold of something new and space-agey. 1977 was a sparkly new era compared to the musty old bell-bottoms of 1976. Disco synthesizers, drain pipes, jeans, and Dayglow. Oh, I remember Dayglow. It was the future. This was the atmosphere that greeted Chiron's birth. The myth Chiron is the respected healer, teacher, oracle, and astrologer who was the only civilized centaur. The rest of the crowd were generally lusty, violent drunks, with perhaps the exception of Pholus. Okay. Chiron's orbit, 50 years, is between Saturn and Uranus. So he is the bridge between the past and the future. Chiron can be very New Age, but he is just as much about wise old Saturn as he is about Uranus. Chiron is the shaman. Like Mercury and Lilith, he unites the worlds, but belongs to neither. In health, Chiron unites the mind with the body. Alternative healing techniques recognize that disease starts in the mind. Chiron is about holistic healing, making whole, mixing old methods with new. Chiron is the healer. Alternative healing does take us back to the future by going back to the basics. eating healthy organic food and herbs that are unrefined, and using drugs that you cannot be patented. Okay. Anyway. Chiron rules ancient healing methods like acupuncture. Balance is important to Chiron. He was able to harness his bestial nature and not go to extremes. So really the point of this video, I'm going to do more in the future because I think this is important information to get out there when you're locating planets. If anybody just relied on the solar system scopes on the computer, none of you would know that Chiron is by the sun. None of you would know. Nobody ever talks about Chiron. Alright? Chiron does not show up on any solar system scopes, and it is a minor planet. So, you want to accurately place planets? Learning astrology is extremely useful. Alright. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.